Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. It is a Monday morning news and Jentel show. I am your host, Mike Barra, in Las Vegas, Nevada, joined as I always am by my co-host, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair and the vampiric complexion, Jennifer Fallawsophy. Jennifer Fallaw. Oh God, I screwed up twice. In Hayden, Idaho. Jen and I were just teasing each other about our complexions. You do need to come to Vegas here and get a little bit of a suntan, Jen.
I do need sun.
So when you go on vacation, just come on down here. We got places for you to stay for free. There's a couple pools that let outsiders in for no charge. Take you down, get you a little sunshine, get you drunk, have a good time. All right, guys.
I think Vegas and camping is usually the only places that I drink.
Yeah.
Because nothing's expected of me.
No, it would be good, hop a plane, come down here. You can stay with Jim and Regina. They got like 3 extra rooms.
You don't just say that. I don't stay with people. That's a lot of work.
Okay. Well,
I'll get my own place.
I'll find you a cheap hotel. You could stay at Circus for $24 a night.
Circus is like the armpit of the universe.
I know.
I took the kids there when we were driving through.
It's $24
so dirty.
a night. It's $24 a night.
I think I can afford a better room than that.
Okay, well then,
then
we'll put you there. By the way, speaking of affording things, I wanted to thank everybody for the contributions again for Miss Fluffy Muffy's treatment. I spent another $100. I was able to take it out of the funds you guys gave me for her testing. Her testing costs almost $1,000. Another $100 on medication. She's on day 4 or 5 of an antibiotic I got to spray down her throat, and she's doing remarkably well. She doesn't like it. She's not happy about it, but I believe she's starting to respond. And we're going to have a little bit more to say about cats, kitty cats, pets, right before we go to questions. So I think we're going to have a relatively short show today. Jen's got to go around 11, so we're going to get through the news. We're going to get through the Jentel, and then we're going to get through... I'm going to ask you guys for some hope and prayers for my friend Marina, who lost her kitty, the love of her life, yesterday. And then we're going to get to questions. So just do it real quick. I guess we'll quickly go through. Please don't forget to visit, if you miss any shows, go to mikebarrett.blogspot.com, where you can get all kinds of stuff that I put up there. Shows we did recently, Tell the Truth Wednesday. Lectures I've done, links to my books, my interview with Ryan Wood about the Majestic documents and the Kennedy documents having to do with UFOs, Toxically Masculine Tuesday, videos I've done about about certain UFO cases like the Calvine UFO photo, interviews with people like Marina are on there, interviews with Michael Jaco talking about the life. MikeBarrett.blogspot.com. That takes you directly to the channel, the Rumble channel, Real News Live with Mike and Jen. We have almost 6,000 followers. We're closing in on that. Let's get going. Let's get more followers. We have 176 subscribers. We'd like to have 1,000 subscribers, but that's okay. We're not going to complain about anything, right, Jen? We're not complaining. What the advantage of being a subscriber is that you can click on this little button down here at the bottom. You can hit subscribe. And for a mere $5 a month, when it comes to question and answer time with Jen, your question goes to the top of the pile, top of the slush pile. So that's important stuff. That's good stuff. Why don't we do this?
And what people really need to do is when you see me posting the links for the show, get out of Telegram or wherever you saw the link and go to the Rumble app, subscribe to us, and just watch it from there, because that's limiting people on what they can do if you're not in the app itself or on the computer in the app.
That's right.
If you're watching it through another platform, it limits what you can do.
Yes. Also, please do not forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, over at thecbdgurus.com, where you get all kinds of CBD-based products for your health. Slide over to the wholesale tab, slip down to Mike B Wholesale, click on that, type in the discount code ALIEN, no capital A, no S, just Alien. Go on, pick up the discount codes. For this week's specials, you're going to get some currency in return for your discount, some dinar, some dong, 30,000 dong this week for certain purchases. We got some new stuff, some new sparkling water. Sparkling water is great because I remember Mark was drinking a can of it when we were on Whiskey and Wisdom, and he just slowly got mellower and mellower as the show went on. Miracle Gold gummies, lion's mane, turkey tail stuff, the natural gummies, the Delta 8s, the broad spectrum peppermint special, all kinds of cool stuff, including the Delta 8 gummies, the super immunity gummies. The CBDgurus.com. Matt and Lucas are wonderful people who care about you and your health. Also, please don't forget to visit our other wonderful sponsors, MikeBarrettPets.com, where you can pick up all kinds of mushroom-based supplements for your fur babies, your doggies, your kitties, your horsies, and for human consumption. They are awesome people. It's all based on the Coriolis versicolor and reishi mushrooms and some other holistic ingredients. It's medicine. It works great. If you click on the Shop Now tab, you can slide on over to see the product list. I've got Barkley on Mojos and Mush Puppies. Again, he's like a 5-year-old and he's 12 years old, almost 13. They got the super sauce, a special sauce for the cats and the dogs, the pet balm for hot spots. Chill Doggies is a new product, works great for Barkley, keeping him calm. It's funny, we were out with Jim and Regina last Thursday, and I used the Simply Safe to check in on Barkley after I gave him a Chill Doggy. And normally he's got anxiety when me and Dave are gone, and he was just conked out on the floor, just like snoring up a storm. So those work really, really well. They also have a line of human consumption products, which are absolutely wonderful. The Enforce line of Coriolis versicolor and reishi mushroom products, the immune system support, the Enforce Plus, the Clarity, the Restore. They got coffee, they got chocolates, they've got starter packs, they've got everything over there. If you have an issue with your animal, send an email to Diana at mikebarrettpets@gmail.com. Again, link in the description to all this stuff. She is a certified pet nutritionist, and she also knows a whole lot about human health because she used this stuff to save her own life. And that is why Diana sells these products, because she saved her life. And Kristen, the other mushroom lady, we're going to have them back on as soon as they get back from their worldwide Mushroom Ladies tour, also had a very serious autoimmune disease that was seed with his stuff. So absolutely go for it. And then one last thing, the LifeWave products, line of products, link in the description. These are the patches that you guys have heard so much about. I got into this because it turned out that 3 people that I know, including Uncle Ron and Chris Evans and another friend, were using these and got amazing results. It does take a little while. If you're 50 years old, you're going to have to take the patches for 5 months before you're going to really notice anything. But it then begins to kick you into high gear. You've got the basic X39, which covers everything, the X49, a whole bunch of specialty patches, all available. Link in the description, lifewave.com/MikeBarra. And I'm going to have Jaco on again soon. Michael Jaco, also somebody who's undeniably going through a whole lot. But go to the website, check it out. There's lots of cool products. If you have any questions, send them to me. Send them to me, and I'll pass them along. And I just, again, I'm just waiting. I'm on my 2nd month and waiting to feel the heat. And if I didn't trust these people, these friends, I wouldn't be bothering with this. So, Jen, what's going on over at jenniferflaw.com this week? Any specials before you go on vacay?
Well, we still have the 30-minute reading on sale. That's going to come off sale in a few days. You're going to want to get that now, just so I can slow everything down for when I'm on vacation. But 30-minute reading is $88.88. It's usually $1111. $111.11. So get them now. If you're somebody who wants to pick them up at a cheaper price and use them later, then I'll just give you gift cards. It's a picture. You turn it back into me in the email when you want to schedule it. So now's a good time to do that. Probably not going to be running many sales anytime after this one for a while. If you'd like to get a healing, if you'd like to reach Susan Gretz or Marcy Hall, you can reach them there. They do not work for me. The information is in the write-up. You need to email them after purchase. and they'll take it from there. So go to jenniferfallah.com today.
Okay, and that is what is going on.
There's also a donation button there that'll take a card. It does kind of run it through PayPal, but you don't have to have a PayPal. You can do it as a guest, and you can use it for multiple purchases if you don't want to keep hitting, one transaction at a time. Just total the amount, throw it in there, email me after purchase, tell me what you did.
Right. Okay. Let's see if we're getting any Rumble. Yeah, we're getting people on the Rumble side. Okay, guys, time to get to it. Like I said, we don't have a tremendous amount of time today. We're going to be here for about an hour, but let's get over to what you all really came for, the news update. Okay, I'm going to go back to what I posted this weekend on the Telegram channel, which is the update that I had was on Friday. I was told it's going this weekend. It's absolutely going to go. And what I was told is we're going to see it on Sunday night. I was given a specific window, a specific time frame. What they meant by that is they said, also think about it as if it were an IPO. What's an IPO? An initial public offering of a stock onto the stock market, like when Google did it, when Apple did it. What you do is they say, okay, this is what we're offering our stock for. $3.54, let's say. Or what was it, Jen? $4.91, $3.91 on the dinar. Let's use that. So that you see that for several days before it then goes live on the stock market. And when it goes live on the stock market, everybody's gotten lined up to buy the stock. And when it does, it goes up and up and up and up. So if you're holding that stock, the value of what you're holding goes up rather dramatically. That's how people become billionaires. So I was told the same thing. We're going to see the dinar rate on Sunday night, and it's going to be 2 or 3 days coming into like Tuesday, and then we're going to be able to go to the bank or go to the redemption center or whatever. Well, we did not see it, public rate live on either the Forex or the CBI website. As far as I know, I do not check the CBI website. If somebody checks the actual website, let me know if the rate has changed. But we're expecting a major change from 1320 to something far more substantial than that. So that's what we were looking for. And we did not get it last night. However, what I'm informed of today is, quote, it's still on. Everybody says it's still done. Everybody says we can't go back. Everybody says it's just a matter of time. I understand if you're feeling cynical. I understand if you're not happy about this. I understand that you would like to get going with this new portion of your life. So would I. So would Jen. So would Tony. So would Phil. So would everybody else in here. Now, Phil told you this weekend it's not happening until 2026. Phil needs to remove his head from his ass. Phil is as wrong about that as he is about the Kennedy assassination, 9/11, and the flat earth. So don't listen to the
What specifically did he say was going to happen in 2026?
The global currency reset. So again, that's not the plan. The plan is for this week. I'm just telling you, the plan is for this week. The bond people have not been paid. They are still waiting. They are expecting today. They've gotten a window today. They expect to go today, no matter where they are in the world. So that's all I got. That's what's tracking. I continue to be told it should have happened. Don't know why it didn't. Nobody's even asking why it doesn't happen anymore, because there's literally no roadblocks. There's simply a question of somebody, whoever has the control, and we don't know who it is, simply saying, okay, yes, let's go. So that's where we are. I don't have anything specific beyond that.
I was going to say, that doesn't sound quite right. I think that's probably through the rumor mill. I don't know if you watched, Phil, but it looks like somebody's saying it was Jassara rollout in 2026. So
that I could believe. That I could go with.
Parts of that, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we're doing that right now,
but people are conflating that. People are conflating that with the RV, which is part of Jassara, but precedes it and doesn't have to wait until it goes. So keep that in mind. All right. So that's what I got, Jen, which isn't much. And I feel bad because I'm kind of, puts a little bit more pressure on you, but you're the one with the special connection. You got that special bat phone straight to the divine. What do you got for us today? What are they telling you?
Well, I mean, you could too. You've been around with me for like 5 years. I mean, you could just start trying. All right, so here we go. This is Jentel for 4/28/2025. Interdimensional meditation, 6th level of heaven. Jesus and the team of archangels. Side note: something did happen with the dinar this weekend behind the scenes. We don't have the clearance for that.
Okay.
But it did happen. And so they had a certain amount of time to post it publicly, and they're taking all of that time. Okay.
Oh, can I comment real quick? Can I come back in? That's fascinating. That fits exactly with what I just got. That's great. Cool.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, RV news. I asked Gabriel I walked into meditation, called Jesus, came, took my hand, and then we called in the whole archangel team, and so Jesus and I are facing all these archangels, okay? Gabriel spoke. I asked, when will the rates post to the Forex? And I was talking about specifically Iraq. He said, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Not sure what time zone, but it's probably mine, which is Pacific time zone, USA. He said 7 currencies will pop up within hours of each other. I said, then what happens? And he said, Gabriel held his hand up to his ear like he was talking on a phone. And I said, when will I make a call to set up my exchange appointment? He said, Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
There is a rate locked in for the Iraqi dinar right now. It is locked in. It's not moving anymore. Coming in the news. Ships come ashore. Didn't get any additional information. Ships come ashore. License agreements fail? He was saying something and I couldn't hear it. Sounded like license agreements fail or something like that. There's something happening in the Caribbean. I don't know if that's weather but something in the news about the Caribbean. Last one, we will have new rules for trade. New rules for trade. And that's Jentel for today.
All right. So there you have it. Tomorrow, 6:30. And
6.
Thought it was 6:30.
Sorry, I'm a little annoyed. It's so 6 p.m.
Oh, 6 p.m. Okay.
Tomorrow, but that could be my time. I don't know what time zone we're talking about. There's something going on then. I think that's when they pop up on the Forex, which I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but that's what I heard.
It sure does. It sure can, because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are the best days to have stuff pop up on Forex. So comes up at, let's say, 6 a.m. tomorrow, Pacific time. We get up, and you said we make our appointments on Wednesday. You make your appointment?
I think it said PM, but
okay.
We'll see.
There you have it. Watch the Caribbean also. Watch the Caribbean. So that's really all I have to say about all of that, Jen. It's cool. And I'm glad you got something, because nobody else does.
Yeah, not a whole lot to tell today. Pretty tight-lipped on everything. I think we're once again, we're right there.
Yeah, everything's
and we
done.
Don't have all the information to know how complex this is to pull a trigger. So last I got before that was that they had a certain amount of time. It was till Tuesday. I don't know whose time that is, if that's our time or if that's their time. If it's our time Tuesday, it's probably their Wednesday. Yeah. But they had a certain amount of time before they had to post it publicly because
Yeah.
something was done with codes or whatever.
Yeah. Well, see, I had not heard that, so that was good. That was news to me. I was glad to hear that. That's good. I didn't know that they had another code entry thing and they had a timeline, but it's good to know that they do. So,
No, I said, what happens after that? Somebody's asking 6 p.m. for notification. No, I did not say that. What I said was 6 p.m. tomorrow is what I heard about posting to the Forex. Um,
I remember.
and then
That's
I asked, then what happens? Then he held his hand up to his ear like he was on the phone. And I said, when will I make a call to set up my exchange? He said, Wednesday.
right.
So I
Because
assume that notifications, they're not going to send out notifications. Oh, this is really it now. Here's the notifications. And then after all this, going through all these, false starts and everything else, they're going to wait till it hits and then they'll send them out.
yeah. Yeah. So, that makes sense because a public note doesn't mean we get our emails as to where to go sign up for our appointments. So, just because the rate's public. So, looks like there's going to be a little bit of a lag in there, and that's good. That's a good thing. Okay, turn that off. Get to our questions. Okay, we do have lots of questions. I do want to get to them, but before we do, I wanted to say, something about a friend of mine. You guys have seen me interview Marina Sarin over in Spain, and where is it? Come on, Mofo, come on. Let me see if I can get a screen going here. Share window. Marina lost her kitty yesterday, and I know we all care about our fur babies. That's why we do so well with my Mike Bear Pets and everything. And so she posted this yesterday, and I just wanted to because I'm assuming, I believe she's going to be watching today at some point, although they have a major power outage in Spain. She said, I've just lost my my little sibling Tiger. He came into my life when I was only 8 years old. It was the best Christmas gift of my life. I can't explain how deep of a connection we had. I understood him so well, and he understood me. The loveliest soul I've ever met in my life. Everything about him is beautiful and divine. I endured extreme PTSD for 10 years of my life, and he was the one to support me in the darkest moments of my life. That part got me because of my little girl, Aurora, when I was having a really bad day in 2010. And she was right there for me. That's the first time she let me near her. And that's what they do. He died peacefully in my arms hours ago. I will never love any other soul, love more any other soul in my life. She's Spanish, so this is her second language. Tiger and Marina, forever siblings, rest in peace and in heaven. And I just wanted to read to her a few of the things that people said in comment on that. And 139 comments, stuff like heartfelt condolences for your loss. I had a Maltese for 17.5 years. Cats have always played a special role in my life. Just lots of really pretty stuff. Lots of love. Tell your mommy to get you a baby for the shelter. Well, you know what? It brought up something for me, Jen, in the sense that I don't think we appreciate really how important our animals are in our lives and how much they bring to us. And if you think about it, Marina's only 24. So think about it in these terms. She got him when she was 8. So 2/3 of her life, she's had this kitty as her constant companion. And I do believe dogs and cats live shorter lives than us to teach us about death, life and death and grief and loss. But I just want you to know that you should do everything you can to keep that from happening as long as you can. And never feel ashamed of how much it hurts to lose them. Because, Miss Fluffy Muffy's got a lot of little things wrong with her. And those little things could easily become a big thing. And I could lose her tomorrow, You just don't know. You never know how long anyone is here on this earth. Only God knows that. And my love for her is no less than it would be for my mom or my dad or my sister or anybody else in my life.
Yes, but in order to move on to that and love again and to keep moving forward, yes, they were all that, and they were like, I lost cats before I had kids, and animals that were like my children. I had a hard time with that, but then I was also raised on kind of like a small farm, so from the beginning we knew that they would not live as long as we did, and we tried to we be thankful the time that we had with them, and understand that that loving connection lives on. There's many pets visit us back and forth all the time, more than humans do. But just being thankful for the time we had with them, and then moving on again. Maybe I could have, if you don't want to have another connection with a pet because it's too hard and you're going to lose them, then don't. But, we don't want to stay centered in that loss of something that we knew was eventually coming someday anyway.
Yeah.
We want to move on from that.
The thing is, some people go right out and get another pet. Other people wait and grieve who they lost. And there's no right way to do that. So just to everybody out there, there's no right way to do that. And also, I guess the point I'm trying to make is don't let anybody tell you that this isn't, it's just a cat. It's just a dog. No, it's a member of your family. So I feel really bad for her, and just really bad for everybody who goes through this, because we all go through it. The price of love is the pain you feel when you lose them. So, all right, we got about I don't know how many people, about 2,000 people in the stream today. Let's get on to questions. Gonna try to minimize the RV related questions this time, but we'll slide over here to the Rumble rants first. Jen, I'm just gonna read them off the screen to you. $20 Rumble rant from James Michael. Thank you, James. I want to know if I will get more or less acreage in East Tennessee after the RV, not the number of houses, but acres and lots. So will I get more or less acres or acreage in East Tennessee? I guess he's trying to figure out if he's going to get more. Okay, thanks. Nikki, $5 Rumble rant. Thank you again, Nikki. I'm still waiting to hear back from the job that you said yes to. Can you see what's causing the delay, or when I might hear something? Do you see me getting the job, or just a second interview? Friday. Okay. Before I can even clarify who we're talking about. Gina, $10 Rumble rant. Hi, Jen. This is Gina. I have a home in Palatka, Florida, and with a contract, it seems to be going awry. Is this my deceased husband, Dave, not wanting me to sell? It was his favorite place. Will it close and when? Okay, so
there is something about a delay with that. And I don't think that somebody's inflicting that upon you. It's just kind of written into your path that this would be delayed. And I think it's because some other things are happening in your life, and you may have you may make a different decision.
Okay.
It's like a pause.
Holly Opplinger, $10 Rumble rant. Thank you, Holly. Hi, Jen. This is Holly. My husband had to retire early for my disability. We are now faced with him having to work, and we can't afford in-home care. Do you see him having to go find a job?
I see him looking for one. I don't really see him getting one.
Okay. Jennifer Brusco. Hi, Mike and Jen. Happy early birthday, Jen. I was wondering, $20 Rumble rant, by the way.
Thank you.
I was wondering if my patient's wife, Bobby, has been visiting his house. The lights have been flickering and other stuff. So does she have a message for the husband? Okay,
Did she recently pass? Did she tell you that?
Sounds like she's passed. Yeah, Bobby.
That usually happens when someone's recently passed. You're going to get the lights flickering. You're going to get the TV doing weird things. Things move around because they're acclimating to the other side, and so the energy is pretty close to this one. So they things like that happen. They're pulling energy. They're moving things around. They're trying to get your attention. Is she doing that? Yes, very often.
Nusta, now a monthly supporter. Guys, remember the easiest way to support the show, just $5 a month. Just subscribe on Rumble, and it solves all kinds of problems for us. And hopefully they're all solved tomorrow anyway. Michelle, $10 Rumble Rant says, Jen, can you tell me why I'm having issues with my short-term memory?
There's no last name or anything?
Just Michelle. Michelle in
Metals?
primetime?
Too many metals in your system. Something about copper? Interesting.
How do you detox from that?
Haven't picked that up. Well, the problem with the brain is the tissue of the brain, it just really holds on to these fibers. And it doesn't like doesn't cleanse itself like the other muscles and organs in the body. Mm-hmm. So that's the problem. When it gets up in there, it sticks. There's also some hormonal fluctuations going on.
Look into some.
And then part of it's stress. So when we stress, we secrete all these kinds of fluids, chemicals in our body. And your stress is doing that. So there's many factors going on right now. There's many things happening.
Okay. Justina, $5 Rumble Rant. Can you tell me what month I will retire this year? Thank you so much.
Name again?
Justina.
June.
Kelly Fontana, $10 Rumble Rant. Hi, Mike and Jen. Thank you for all you do. Happy early birthday, Jen. This is Kelly. Do you see me building or buying my dream home? And if so, when? They always want to know when.
They're always trying to find out when the freaking RV is happening with sneaky little questions. But I only know what I know right now.
Yeah.
And that changes every time I know it. So we'll see what these people are going to do. Okay. Dream home. Yes.
Building or buying is what she wants to know.
You do pick something up initially and then you build.
Okay.
I see something about September on starting on the building.
Yeah. I don't see any house you're going to find on the market. A used house is going to be exactly what you want. So you may as well buy and then build.
Yeah. A lot of people don't want to build because that is a hassle. That's it takes a long time.
Tiffany, $10 Rumble Rant says, I'm super stressed about my student loans. Am I going to be able to defer them until Masara or the RV and be okay?
No.
Okay.
So they will initially get wiped out, but like right now things are happening where people are going to have to start paying on their student loans again.
Okay. I'm looking for one specific thing I wanted to post here, which I think is maybe kind of interesting. Let me see if I can find Kathy in here. Looking for you, Kathy. Looking for your post.
Contact them and see if you can make payment arrangements that you can handle. That aren't a big deal.
Okay. By the way, cool, Raul. You said we've been ignoring your questions. I haven't seen your questions in weeks. I just don't see them.
Is he muted or is he?
It's possible something like that's going on because I'm just not seeing them. And I'll ask the mods to look.
I haven't seen him either.
So I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen your questions. We're not ignoring you. We're just not seeing the questions. I don't know what's happening.
Are they Rumble Rants or are they just questions?
I don't know. And that's the thing, Raul. Let us know, like in the Telegram chat. Let me know what platform and channel you're sending your questions on, and I'll go look and see if you
post them right now and see if they come up.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're trying to do it through YouTube or through Rumble.
Yeah. Don't know either. Kathy Mayhall comes up with something really interesting. Hi, Mike and Jen. Tomorrow we're celebrating Donald Trump's historic first 100 days in office. April 29th, 2025 at 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Tomorrow.
That's a little freaky.
Wouldn't that be an ideal time?
That's a little freaky.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be the ideal time for the rate to come out?
That's a whole White House lawn at 6 p.m. thing again, isn't it?
Yeah. It's pretty interesting.
I want bonus points for that. If that goes through at 6 p.m. tomorrow,
if it happens at 6 p.m. tomorrow, yeah. That'd be 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern.
I want big bonus points for
Okay, let's go through the questions. We got about 20 minutes before Jen has to rip out of here. James Foster wants to know if he will still be driving to Texas with my wife next month.
Yes.
Lori wants to know if Donald Trump is going to replace Pete Hegseth or J.D. Vance. Don't know what to believe with all the conflicting information. I'll tell you the first thing, stop listening to the mainstream media. They're fucking liars. But anyway, I'll let you.
No, not anytime soon.
No. Deborah Dreyer. Hi, Mike and Dyer. When do you see me getting a military med bed as of now?
August.
Okay. Jonda Townsend says, does my sister Teresa, who has passed away, have a message for me?
She's been in dreams and she listens to you. She can hear you when you're talking to her in your mind or thinking of her. So she's saying good place to be. Good place to be. What's a good place to be? Where you are. Where you are right now is a good place to be. Okay.
That's a cool message. Sylvie says, hello, Mike and Jen from corrupted Canada. Get out and vote anyway and vote for the Conservatives. Let's see what happens. Dr. Sarah Brodsky, hello. Good morning, Jen, Mike, and all. Good morning, Sarah.
Love you, Dr. Sarah. Love that girl.
I have some candy and cookies for you. Bon says, Jen, you look especially beautiful today.
Well, I like you too now. Thank you.
Here we go. Mike, the doll behind Mark Z looks like you peeking through the kitty box on the wall. Yeah, it does kind of look like it has a beard or something, doesn't it? It's pretty funny. I've seen that picture. Hate, Mike and Jen. Robin Parker wants to know when he or she will retire.
Late May.
Christine would like to know just if she's going to get in a med bed this year or not.
Really closer to September.
Okay, Robin Joe, same question.
Robin Joe. Late June.
Okay. Marie would like to know, do you see Marie H, do you see our first humanitarian campus in Rhode Island, Connecticut, or Maryland, or even somewhere else?
Marie H. Maryland.
Maryland. Wow. Okay. Zena Anderson Hazelton says, my friend Cindy, will Cindy get to move to Oklahoma in June?
No.
She has many. Okay. Carla Marino asking God if my ideas that I have in my heart will happen after the RV.
Some of them. You basically know. You've got a basic idea of what's going to happen. So there's some kind of emotional connection that you're hoping on, and I do think that happens. Whether that's like a reconnection with family or something, I feel like that's, most important to you. The other things you need to rework your plan.
Okay, Paul wants to know, this is my wife Tammy has a pretty large lump on her neck, no biopsy, but it just seems to be a fatty tumor. Can you take a look?
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's a fatty tumor. Okay.
I don't know why. Okay, well, she tends to get these things. I think they can fix that, remove that without hurting anything else. There's a couple. It's kind of gross. There's a couple pockets in there, so yeah, maybe we don't want anything with pockets because then we can get infections in there, and that's not okay. So yeah, I'd have that taken care of.
Salty life for me. I don't know your name. I can't get this question answered unless Jen gets lucky. Will you be able to buy your kids homes? I don't know. I got to get your name. Amy.
What?
Salty for life. There's no name on it.
Yes, all.
Yes, all. Okay. Amy R here. My daughter Morgan is expecting twins. How does her delivery go? Well, one after the other.
Might have a C-section. She's healthy. Babies are good. A little bit small.
They're twins.
But definitely they're in there long enough. I don't know if it's 36 weeks or something like that. 38.
Okay.
It's not 40.
Be better if they cooked a little longer, though. That's what you're saying. Hi, Mike and Jen. Do you see my parents and my family getting acreage in the Midwest or the mountains after the RV?
Midwest.
Okay. Katarina. If we RV when my sister comes to visit from Finland, I can take her to an appointment unless we RV before she is here. Okay, so she's wondering if her sister's visit is going to be before or after the RV, I think. Is what she's asking.
I don't know when a sister's coming.
Yeah.
I don't see you taking your sister to your appointment.
Okay. Kayla, Jen, I'm having quite a bit of pain in my left arm, left shoulder, and neck. Is this pain stemming from my neck or shoulder? Will it get better soon, or should I consider surgery?
Right at the base of the neck, on the back side of the neck, on one side, there's what it looks like is there is, it's hard to describe what I'm seeing, but there is a spot there that connects with 3 different nerves. And it just looks like a knot in yarn. And we've got a little knot here, and then we've got one going down this way, down the back, and then that. So you've got something going on right there with pushing on nerves. Yeah, I'd have to take a little more time to look at that.
Okay.
We'll get better soon. You're going to have to fix whatever's pushing on those nerves right there.
Yeah. Gracie says, hey, Jen, I've been fighting foreclosure for years and trying to delay an auction sale. Am I going to be able to reinstate my mortgage or pay it off and fix it up, or am I better off letting it go?
I can't tell you what to do with that.
Yeah, whether you're better.
I do think that they will work with you. If you tell them you want to fix it up, because they'll be like, oh, all right. Well, I don't know how to answer that for you. Also, I'd just like everybody to know I'm exhausted with the questions. Am I going to lose my house before the RV comes? Stresses me the hell out. Okay. I just had somebody like that, and then they came back and they were mad at me because RV didn't happen before they were going to lose their house. I can't do anything for you. I can't make it. I can't change it, you know.
All she can do is give you a snapshot in time from right now what the most likely odds are. And you already got the information that the odds are that we're going Tuesday.
I'm not creating it. You are.
Yeah. So David Murdos wants to know if more judges are going to get arrested.
2
more. I don't see the link to subscribe. If you're on your phone, you're not going to. You need to be on a laptop or a computer, and then you can see it. And I would appreciate it when you do that, when you get around to it. Thank you.
No, let me see if I get on my phone. See what it looks like.
FYI, the only way I'm able to access your live on Rumble is to use search. It does not show up at the top of my feed like most shows do. Yeah.
Nope. Here we go. So there's an ad usually on the phone app. You got Real News Live, and then you got comment, share. If you open up the live chat, you're not going to see this, but there's an ad, and then there's subscribe to Real News Live. Let's see if we could do it. Yeah, I don't see how to do it either. Well, I'm already subscribed. Well, there's a little
started following us.
Yeah, that's a problem. Rumble, fix it. I mean, why does that have to be so damn difficult? Most everybody gets on their phone nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I bet you anything. You have to go to the channel page.
Give us those thumbs up. That gets everything circulated too.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either.
Oh yeah, See,
I'm not seeing the option on the app.
On the Apple, see at the bottom it says add message, and there's a little dollar sign.
All right, so you're in the chat. You opened the chat,
and there's a little dollar sign next to it where you could, I think, subscribe or Rumble rant.
Oh, okay.
Why are you not focusing? Maybe we'll do it this way.
Yeah, I saw it. Thank you. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to do something here. Okay, we've got a little dollar sign. We've got a gift.
Yeah, you can Rumble rant
gift
there.
A sub. Dollar sign.
Okay. Rant will stick for 2
The rant will stick for 2 minutes for $1.
Yep. Are you Rumble
but I'm not seeing subscribe for monthly.
Hearing
that's the problem. That's why we've only got 176.
Yeah. Hearing that phones, planes, and trains are now down in Spain, Portugal, and several areas of Europe. Jen, is there an operation going on, or is that some sort of just
what?
The Spain, Portugal, and several areas of Europe are down. Internet's down. Electrical systems are down. Is there an operation going on?
Something's going on with communications over there. Didn't I see some? No, that was a train that I saw a couple Gentels ago. It was 2 Gentels ago. There was like this train incident that I saw. I don't know. I see a train, a bus, passenger train. It's stopped. Possibly hide. So it's stopped. Flight's grounded. Another Rose Garden speech. That was it when we got the other Rose Garden speech. And then the new plan or dream for the USA revealed or mentioned. You know, like sometimes coming in the news is a couple weeks off.
Yeah.
But that was all around this activity here. So let's keep our eyes open for that. That is over there. I don't know. I didn't know where the train was going to be stopped.
Yeah. Mike, can the X39 patches be reused? No, you can take them off and you can put them like next to your pet where they lay, and there will still be a residual effect. But no, you want to have them 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and then use a new one the next day. That's the best, most efficient way for it to work. Hi, Jen. This is Gina. I have a home in. Oh, we already did the Palatka, Florida one. God bless Michael Jaco. My heart goes out to him.
Yes.
That's terrible.
Worst loss ever.
Mishy D says, "Hey, Jen, I refuse to use the dating apps. Will I be able to meet someone in my area, or am I going solo?" Michelle, dating apps are just for hookups and pump and dumps. That's all you're going to get. You're not going to find a real boyfriend on the dating apps. So try to meet people organically. Church, bars, restaurants, something like that.
Oh, I met my last husband on a dating app, but you know.
Yeah, but that was
not the best idea.
Jen. That was 10 years ago. That's not today. Today it's
looking back at it now.
Well, no, but I mean, you know, it was good for a while, and the thing is, I'm just telling you, the men on the dating apps now are just looking to bullshit you, making you think they're going to get in a relationship, and then after 3 or 4 times, they're going to be just going to ghost you. That's the way they operate.
You really have to take a look at how long that guy's been on there.
Yeah,
I learned that a long time ago. I'm not on them. I'm not on any apps at all.
Right.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Like, can you imagine my bio on the dating?
I'm a psychic medium.
Really? Never mind. Will I meet somebody? What was her name? I didn't answer the question.
It was
Huh?
Michelle. Michelle.
3 months.
3 months.
3 weeks or 3 months?
3. All right. It is 10:58. Jen's got to go. Jen, thank you for being here, answering the questions. Jen and I will be back on Tell the Truth Wednesday. I will be on later with the forecast with Mel Carmine and Elisa and Laura Eisenhower at 1 Eastern. And then I will be on Coast to Coast AM tonight with the news segment on science and technology news. I hope I have some interesting stuff there. And then I will be back Tuesday tomorrow night for Toxically Masculine Tuesday. Everybody stay close. Everybody stay faithful. Send some prayers to Marina and her little kitty. I know there's a billion stories like this. There's probably hundreds of millions of people grieving the loss of a dog or a cat, but this is one where you can make a difference by sending out prayers. So just go ahead and do that and pray to all the other little doggies and kitties that are going to transition today, because there's going to be a lot of that too. So love you guys. Hang in there.
I have an announcement. At the end, I have readings all day, but after that, I'm going to go on vacation. I will be back on the 12th. Please, let's keep the emails down to a minimum. Don't tell me about your dreams and your stories and your boo-boos and everything else. We're just if you need to schedule something that you've purchased. And because I'm really going to try and stop during that time and not do everything. I caught up on the healing list, on the monthlies, the emails as of yesterday, which I'm going to have to do that again. But I will not be doing shows. I will not be doing anything. So I will be on, but I'll be around on Telegram. Okay. I'll be watching.
So you're not coming on Wednesday?
No.
Oh, all right.
I already told you this.
I didn't.
You don't listen to me.
I have a million.
No, you zone out and you're like squirrel when I start talking about my personal life.
I'm not your husband. I don't have to listen to you.
No, you're not. You're my annoying adopted brother is what you are.
There you go.
You don't listen.
Well,
okay, so that's what's going on with me.
I have a feeling,
I'll be around
however,
on Telegram, and I'm also on TikTok.
However, I have a feeling if Janet turns out to be right on her latest, that she'll probably make a cameo appearance on Wednesday. Just a feeling.
Oh, possibly.
Just a hint.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you.
Unless I'm busy.
Thanks for being here. See you guys later today and tomorrow.